Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and you are about to watch my webinar on the most common scalp conditions. By the end of this webinar, you'll know the difference between all of these scalp conditions so that you can properly identify what you may be experiencing, learn all the differentiating signs and triggers so that you can take the proper actions to remedy your situation. You'll also be learning our recommended solutions to help you resolve each and every one of these conditions. Do you think you're experiencing dandruff, dry scalp, psoriasis, eczema, traction alopecia, ringworm, product buildup, folliculitis, lice, or even scalp acne? I'll see you inside. And now we're back and we're going over common scalp conditions. We're going to identify each of these common scalp conditions to help you self-diagnose. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. If you want medical help, I definitely recommend you go seek medical help to ensure that your diagnosis is accurate. But we're going to help you identify it so that you can self-treat and get your scalp back to health, okay? Number 1, dandruff. Some signs of dandruff are flakes. The flakes will be oily with a whitish or yellowish color. Will it itch? Absolutely. Is there redness or inflammation? It's mild to moderate. There's no pain or tenderness, no hair loss association, and common triggers are yeast, stress, and oil imbalance. To differentiate these flakes from other flakes that we'll be talking about later on, these flakes tend to stick to your hair and scalp. So they don't shake out pretty easily. It takes some effort to get rid of the flakes. Now, number 2, dry scalp. The flakes are dry and white, as opposed to dandruff flakes, which tend to be oily. So make sure that you are observing the texture of these flakes to differentiate if you are dealing with dandruff or if you just are experiencing dry scalp. Dry scalp is a lot easier to remedy as opposed to dandruff. Are you experiencing itchiness with the dry scalp? Yes, absolutely. Will you experience redness or inflammation? Rarely. You won't be experiencing pain or tenderness. There's no hair loss association. And some common triggers are cold weather, dehydration, and harsh shampoos. Some notes, these flakes are small and easily shed. The dry nature of the dry scalp flakes, they shake out of your head a lot easier. Next, we have psoriasis. The flakes appear as thick scales and they're often silvery and white. There is an itch association. There is redness and inflammation. Sometimes you may experience pain or tenderness with psoriasis. Sometimes you may experience some hair loss due to your psoriasis. That's often as a result of excess scratching. We'll get to that. Common triggers, autoimmune and stress. Psoriasis is known to be an autoimmune condition. So stress tends to cause flares for autoimmune diseases across the board. So stress is a trigger. If you notice that your scalp condition is heightened whenever you're in a stressful state, psoriasis may be what you should look into. They may appear with allergic symptoms. So think about what other symptoms you experience, if any, along with your scalp condition. Next, we have eczema. As for flakes, the flakes will appear fine, dry, and crusty. There is an associated itch. You may experience redness and inflammation with eczema as well. There's no pain or tenderness. Rarely you'll experience hair loss as a result. And common triggers are allergens, irritants, and weather. Next up, we have folliculitis. No flakes are associated. However, it may ooze. Your scalp may ooze. There is an associated itch, and you will notice redness or inflammation around the follicles. There is associated pain and tenderness in the form of pimples and bumps. Folliculitis can lead to hair loss if untreated. So common triggers are bacteria, tight styles, and shaving. And it looks like scalp acne and can spread, which leads us into number 6, scalp acne. There are no associated flakes. Any itchiness is mild to moderate. Any redness or inflammation is localized to the actual acne spots. Of course, there are pimples or cysts, and those can be painful. There's no hair loss associated. Common triggers are product buildup and clogged pores. And note that they can feel like small sore bumps. Next up, we have tinea capitis, which is ringworm. Tinea capitis, also known as ringworm, appears in scaly patches on the scalp. Not quite flakes. Sometimes there may be an associated itch. And yes, you'll experience redness and inflammation with your scalp ringworm. Ringworm on your scalp can sometimes be painful or tender. It can cause hair loss in patches where the ringworm is present. Common triggers are fungal infection. Be wary because it is contagious. Note that if you have circular bald spots with broken hairs, you may be experiencing ringworm. Ringworm is pretty easy to identify, in my opinion. That circle rash you're experiencing, it might be ringworm. Next up, we have traction alopecia. There are no associated flakes. Sometimes it'll be an itch. Rarely will there be redness or inflammation visible. There will be pain and tenderness sometimes due to the tension, which caused the traction alopecia. Hair loss, yes, that's literally what traction alopecia is. It's hair loss due to tight styling, high tension styles, high or over manipulation. Common triggers are tight styles and repeated pulling. And please note that it can be reversed if caught early. This is the most common form of alopecia. It's reversed all the time with topicals. Sometimes traction alopecia just goes away on its own. Number 9, we have product buildup. Product buildup will appear as waxy or greasy flakes on your scalp. Maybe a mild itch associated. No redness or inflammation. No pain or tenderness. No hair loss. But common triggers are overuse of products and poor washing habits. So essentially, product buildup is a dirty scalp. When you scratch at your scalp, the flakes you're experiencing is really just old product. Okay, so note that it leaves residue on your scalp and in your locks. And lastly, we have lice. I'm not saying we have lice. I'm saying we have lice on this presentation, okay? But lice will appear as flakes, but it's not really flakes. It just looks like that. Lice is a living thing. Lice are essentially bugs. Does it itch? Yes, very badly, very intensely. Is there an associated redness or inflammation? Sometimes. Pain and tenderness? Yes, from bites. Hair loss is rare. And a common trigger is contagious infestation. This is a more common condition for those who have straighter hair, who overwash their hair. Lice thrive in a super clean environment. They get suffocated on scalps that have product present. And note that nits don't brush away easily. So if you think you have flakes and you're brushing at it and brushing at it and brushing at it and it's not moving, it might be lice. Get that checked out. So we have some solutions for these 10 scalp conditions. So starting with dandruff, use an antifungal shampoo. Very accessible, a very popular one that I can recommend because I have used it and it has worked. Head and Shoulders. Trusty. It's trusty. It works. You could also use apple cider vinegar and rinse your scalp with it. Let it sit and then lightly rinse it out. Don't worry about your hair smelling like vinegar. You rinse once apple cider vinegar dries, it is odorless. You can also use tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is present in our Love Light and Locks products like the horsetail leaf growth oil and the emu oil growth drops. And those are both very lightweight oils that absorb very nicely. You don't have to worry about clogging your follicles, which leads me to the next solution. Avoid heavy oils, butters that clog your follicles. So that's key for preventing dandruff in the long term. Use lighter products, lighter oils, as well as water-based products. Number 2, dry scalp. Our solution is to condition regularly. If you have locks, I don't necessarily recommend deep conditioning regularly. Instead, I will recommend hot oil treatments, as deep conditioner can really cause product buildup in our locks if we are not doing an excellent job at washing that out. It can be tough. But definitely, I do support using conditioner in locks, so I do support that. However, if you don't have locks and that's not a concern, if you have loose hair, then go ahead and use your deep conditioner regularly. Also use oils like the Love Light and Locks Horsetail Leaf Growth Oil. That is a great overall oil, all-purpose hair oil. It's great for growth and strength and treating scalp conditions like dry scalp. Best used on freshly washed hair or freshly misted hair. Of course, drink plenty of water. Your dry scalp can be a sign of dehydration, so up your water intake. It's best to drink half of your body weight in water. So if you are 200 pounds, drink 100 ounces of water every day. Avoid harsh shampoos with sulfates. Instead, opt for gentle shampoos and shampoos that are moisturizing. Those are easy to find. Number 3, psoriasis. Our solution is to consult a dermatologist for topical corticosteroids or medicated shampoos. Use coal tar or salicylic acid-based shampoos. And for natural support, incorporate using aloe vera gel to really calm your outbreaks. Turmeric is very anti-inflammatory. and omega-3s, which you can get from fatty fishes and seeds and fish oil and flaxseed, for instance. And reduce stress because psoriasis being an autoimmune condition, flare-ups are more likely to occur when you are in a stressful state. So definitely create a routine to help to reduce your stress. Number 4, eczema. Our solution is to use fragrance-free hypoallergenic products. The simpler, the cleaner the product, the better when it comes to eczema, as eczema is easily irritated. Moisturize with shea butter. Remember, scalp is skin. When people experience eczema outbreaks on their skin, on like as far as their arms or legs, for instance, shea butter is a great product to use to soothe and heal that eczema breakout. Your scalp is skin. You can use it on your breakout on your scalp. I don't necessarily recommend long-term use of shea butter on your scalp all over. Definitely keep it isolated to the problem areas, as shea butter can cause product buildup, being it so heavy and thick. Aloe vera is very water soluble, so I definitely recommend that. It's very cooling. Use aloe vera on your scalp. There are many benefits to using aloe vera on your scalp, so definitely incorporate aloe on your eczema breakout, or even colloidal oatmeal-based products, which are really good for skin conditions as well. So you can use cool compresses for itch relief, but definitely avoid scratching and excessive washing. Folliculitis. Our solution is to cleanse with an antibacterial shampoo or tea tree oil diluted in water. Avoid tight styles and scratching. Apply warm compresses to affected areas. And in severe cases, see a doctor for topical or oral antibiotics. For scalp acne, our solution is to use a clarifying shampoo to remove buildup. Keep your scalp dry and clean after sweating. For natural spot treatments, use witch hazel or diluted apple cider vinegar and avoid heavy oils that clog your pores. Castor oil is a very heavy oil. I don't recommend it for use on the scalp, although some people love it. I do not recommend it for the things that often come with using castor oil. People like to use it, for instance, on their hairline to regrow their hair after experiencing some traction alopecia. Instead, go for the emu oil growth drops. It's lightweight, it absorbs, and it works better than the castor oil. Tinea capitis or ringworm. Our solution is to go ahead and get some antifungal medication prescribed by a doctor. Use antifungal shampoo and avoid sharing combs and hats, and wash your linens thoroughly. Remember, ringworm is very contagious. And for some natural support, you can dilute tea tree oil in some black seed oil and apply it topically until it goes away. But again, in severe cases, go ahead, see that doctor and get you a script. Number 8, traction alopecia. Our solution is to immediately stop tight styles. Tight styles are causing your traction alopecia, so you got to stop the thing that's causing the problem. Apply emu oil growth drops, which we have available. It is anti-inflammatory and it promotes growth, so it's going to calm that inflammation. We have so many testimonials on our website on the progress that people have had using the emu oil growth drops, so definitely check that out. I know traction alopecia can be traumatic, especially if it's in the hairline. However, it doesn't have to be the end of your story. Gently massage your scalp daily to boost circulation. I do generally recommend massaging your entire scalp. However, in traction alopecia instances, make sure you are focusing on the problem areas. Consider protective styling without tension. And in advanced cases, consult a dermatologist or a trichologist. So, the dermatologist is a general skin doctor, and a trichologist is a scalp doctor, a scalp specialist. So, if you are not finding any results with using natural topicals, then definitely go ahead and see about some pharmaceutical solutions. Number 9, product buildup. Our solution is to do a monthly clarifying wash or an herbal apple cider vinegar rinse. So I highly recommend that you are washing your hair more than monthly. Twice a month is what I generally do. I wash it more than that in the summertime, but I don't use a clarifying shampoo with each wash because that can be too stripping. I'll alternate with a moisturizing shampoo. So keep that in mind. Just make sure that one of those washes in your month is a clarifying wash. Use residue-free shampoos made for locks. Residue-free shampoos are still great for you if you don't have locks. Reduce the use of heavy products like waxes and gels. I highly recommend the Love Light and Locks gel. It's very water soluble. It washes out and won't cause product buildup especially if you are using the appropriate amount with this, which is just a touch. Just a touch of the gel works a long way. No need to dig your finger into the product. But yes, waxes, gels, and butters and things like that can be really heavy. And if you're not washing your hair frequently enough or adequately enough, you may be creating product buildup. So be sure that you are rinsing your hair thoroughly during your washes and avoid overstyling because very often overstyling comes with over product usage. And last but not least, number 10 is lice. Our solution is to use prescription or over-the-counter lice treatment. Cover and isolate your hair for the duration of your treatment. Follow with apple cider vinegar rinses or neem oil. Neem oil has natural insecticidal properties. And be sure to wash your bedding and clothing in hot water in case there are any lice or lice eggs present. And for making it to the end of this presentation, you can get 20% off your orders of $100 or more when you use the code SCALP20 at checkout at KeishaCharmaine.com. Be sure to grab your rosewater moisturizer in our continuous mist bottle so that you can get a generous application. This rosewater is really great for moisture retention. You can also get our horsetail leaf growth oil, which is our bestseller, our staple. Horsetail is an amazing herb, great for strength. So if you're dealing with any brittle hair or breaking hair, this is a great oil to use for your hot oil treatments or just to seal in moisture after your washes or after your mists with the rosewater moisturizer. You can also get our emu oil growth drops as discussed earlier. They are really good for calming inflammation, regrowing hair, loss from traction alopecia or overstyling, tight styling, and it is great to soothe your scalp in general. So you can get our signature products as well as our other accessories like our head wraps, our long lux head wraps, and our infinity head wraps, our Kashavi supplement, and see what else is in store. We have some treats for you. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what scalp condition you believe that you're experiencing or have commonly experienced. What is the most common scalp condition you faced? Thanks for watching. Love, light, and locks.